Welcome to Here for All of It, the podcast where we talk about all of the things, the real stuff.
Where nothing is rehearsed or off limits and the best stories come with a home-cooked meal.
And maybe a Manhattan or two. We're your hosts, Tracy Spears
and Chef Shannon Smith.
Join us as we discuss all of the things that we've learned as we've moved about the world for the last 60 years. Whether it's the real, the raw, the funny, the mistakes.
Or the later in life love story.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're just glad you're here. Hey there, super excited to be with you for this podcast, which is going to be a follow-up to a podcast a couple of podcasts ago, but it's what was just released this week when we're recording it, about losing and finding your confidence.
Right.
So,
are you more confident now than you were 2 weeks ago when we recorded it?
I think so. Are you? Have you thought about it?
Oh, I think about it a lot now.
You do?
Yeah.
I've gotten so many nice messages that people say, I'm finding my voice and I'm, being better. And I love it. If you are not part of the Trailer Park Pack, come join us. So it's a Facebook page. Just search for Trailer Park Pack. And it's a bunch of wicked smart, mostly women. I don't think we would not let men in it, but I don't think there's any in there yet. It's a couple hundred people though. And it's, we're just like kind of getting to know each other and creating a community of how we can better support each other.
Yeah,
so,
I love the questions that are posted on there.
That's been fun.
And reading all the answers.
Good. Because Bree and I worked on those. And so intentionally, like the first ones are like, so tell us a little bit about you. Because we thought people wouldn't want to just go, well, let me tell you my self-limiting belief or why I don't have any confidence. So I don't know. Have you been participating?
I have.
Thank you. I have seen a couple of your comments. Thank you. One of them was just like, what's your morning routine? Did you post that? Oh, you did. That we walked together. I did see that. Yeah. So anyway, so join us. Trailer Park Pack. Would love to have you. But this morning when you said, what are we going to talk about? I just kept thinking all day about all the people in that and what were some of the messages that we got that got stuck in our filter that was critical, our inner voice that are impediments today. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I agree. I have a few of those.
Yeah. So Shannon walked in a little bit ago and I hit her with this idea, which is different than what we were going to do. So thank you for letting us change directions. Okay. So I printed a few, I typed out a bunch all day long. I have some on my 3x5 card. So here's the first question. What was the first belief or saying that your parents said to you or you learned as a kid that you think now is a self-limiting belief? Does anything come to mind?
The first?
Yeah, well, like what's one that comes to mind immediately?
Oh, well, I can't think of a statement, but we were expected, we as in my sisters and I, expected to appear as if we were perfect.
Oh. So
our appearance, our behavior, and our overall personality.
Which was easy for you all, right? Because you were.
No, it was terrible.
So that was the religion piece, right? Was that like the church?
I think so.
Dad's an elder and all the things.
Yes.
But don't you think most, this made me think of my mother. I would spend like the whole time cleaning the trailer because that was my job. My message was that we're supposed to give you a roof over your head and food on the table and you got to earn the rest, which is fine. I was fine with that. Yet I would spend my whole, I'm a fourth grader, cleaning that trailer, all the things. And then somebody would come over and my mother would go, oh, excuse the mess. And I'd be like, what? Like we spent all day cleaning and getting ready for a company, or they would have people come over and play cards and they would walk in and she would say that. And I just was like, what?
Yeah, that would be hurtful.
Well, I just didn't understand it. So I think that might be, are you connecting what I'm just connecting?
I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm connecting is how you clean all the time.
Yes.
I mean, everything is tidy. Everything has its place. So the difference with my upbringing.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if this is a difference, but we did the same. And we had to keep things clean. I remember my mom would tell us, and I agree with this. I'm not saying this was a bad negative thing, but she always wanted the house to be clean when my dad got home from work, and we couldn't be fighting because she would say, he's been at the office probably under a stressful condition, and he's coming home, and he needs to come to a peaceful, clean home. And I think that was a good lesson for us.
That's so interesting. Did anybody wonder what kind of days you all? Did he ever wonder what?
Occasionally it would come up at dinner, around the conversation, around the table. But this is something that I inherited from my mother as far as cleanliness goes. Everything, and you know what? I think this is kind of explains. And this is an aha. I've never thought of this.
What?
This is a lot to reveal of myself. My mom, everything in the house appeared to be very clean. But if you dared to open a drawer or a cabinet, things would fall out. I mean, she would stuff, the Tupperware cabinet. Can you remember that?
Oh, sure.
I mean, we would literally, you'd throw it in and shut the cabinet. And closets. I mean, it was just chaos inside, but it was perfect outside. Why are you?
I don't know.
Well, that's how I am. I know. Oh, that's right. Well, I tend to be that way, and I'm trying. I mean, at 60, I'm still trying to be better. Not why? Because I want to not be like my mother, but because it just seems. Clearly that's a message. What that I can, on the outside, I appear that everything is just fine or wonderful. When on the inside, there's a lot of chaos and messed upness.
Wow.
I just came up with that.
Well, it's the best friends. I have a lot of questions right now.
But I cleaned out 4 drawers today.
Oh.
Because I'm learning it from you. You know why? Because you cleaned out about 6 drawers over the weekend. And it made me think, oh gosh, I should be doing that.
But do you feel that it's a shameful thing if you don't? Or is it inspiring?
No, it's inspiring.
Okay, good.
I don't know. I don't feel shamed about it.
I'm
embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed when someone opens my junk drawer in the kitchen.
But listen, people come to our home for dinners. So I'm not saying people are going through your drawers, but when they go in your bathroom, they're opening drawers and checking shit out. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone to somebody's house and looked in their drawers?
No.
Or their medicine cabinet?
I don't do that.
No, I know. I would never. No,
I would never do that.
I have said it 1,000 times. If you had something laying out, I wouldn't open it. Just
right.
Mostly I don't want to know what I'm not supposed to know because then I can't unknow it. And I'm that person.
Mm-hmm.
So
unless it's Christmas presents, you said you used to do that.
Fair. That's 100% true. I would, but even after I got caught doing that, I was punished for that in a way that I thought, well, I'll never do it again. So, okay. So
how we got off on all that.
Well, what it made me think of is when you come in and everything appears to be like the calm that and you've said it 1,000 times. On this video, you've said, I love coming home to a clean house and to like the candles going and the music's on and all the things.
So you're doing for me what my mom taught us to do for my dad when he came home.
That's why it's so meaningful to you.
It is. I hadn't ever put that together, but I think you're right.
Well, thank God we're doing a podcast so we can learn more about each other.
True.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Based on like some of those self-limiting beliefs and all things. What was the message that you got from your family about money? Was it the biblical money is the root of all evil? That's biblical, isn't it?
I don't think so.
It is.
No,
it's the love of money is the root of all evil. Yes, it is. Because this is ask me anything about the Bible.
He's never read the Bible.
It's the Bible.
Okay.
But the thing that people always leave off, now I'm not sure, but the thing that people always leave off, and you know the Bible up like frontwards and backwards. So now I'm thinking I'm wrong. Doesn't matter. It's not the love of money. It's not money is root of it. It's the love of money. So wherever it is, you're going to be embarrassed, and I'm going to
Somebody will correct us. We will
sure.
be schooled on this one.
for sure.
Money, I was not taught that it was the root of all evil.
Okay, what were you taught about money?
Unfortunately, I wasn't taught enough about money. And I wish I had. We were taught to be good stewards of our money.
Okay,
And we were taught to save 10% of what we have earned to give back to the church.
oh, for tithing. Okay,
Yes.
okay, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we were checked before we went out the door to church to make sure we had the quarter or the dollar in our pocket to put in the collection plate.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So I read in my household, the messages around money were really messed up. And it was, it was more about rich people. Like there was like this thing about rich people and snotty people and all that. Well, they have a lot of money and now I know my parents were just really envious or jealous of people that had a lot of money. But in the trailer, like the brick and mortar people, my mother would even go, well, people live in brick and mortar houses, like they were somehow, there was something wrong with them because they had money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a lot of bias against people that are wealthy. I think,
there is.
But I think that's envy. I don't know.
I do too.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. So the other thing about money, and this is just an aside, my parents fought about money. I don't remember them not fighting about money. Did your parents fight about money?
No, my parents didn't fight.
Oh, that's right. Man, they had some barn burners that you just didn't get to see. I got to see them all. And, the biggest fight that my parents ever got in over money was when my mother would call her mother long distance and she'd stay on too long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like we had a big phone bill. So that was, I can remember watching my mother talk to my grandmother. I remember it like it was yesterday, sitting in the trailer, watching her talk, thinking, "Oh, you need to wrap this up. We're going to get, we're going to get in trouble. Do you want to talk to your grandma?" I was like, "No, I'm good. Just tell her hi," because I didn't want to stay on there too long.
Isn't it funny to think that it wasn't that long ago that it cost a lot of money to make a phone call?
Yeah.
The collect calls, remember collect calls?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think we talked about this before, but we would call collect just to let our parents know we were home.
Right.
And they would go, "No, I won't accept it." But at least they knew that we were home. Okay. Well, there you go. So yeah. What do you think is, how has it played out for you, the money thing as a kid? Do you still tithe and all the things? Are you good at saving?
I don't tithe like I did as a kid. But as you know, I try to give back.
I was going to say, you're really
a lot, and I tithe money, but for me, I like to give back of my time and talent. And that's, it's more meaningful to me. Yes, it's painful sometimes to give money, but it's also very time consuming. I value it. I value the time and the energy more.
I think, is that one of the love languages, or like time or quality time?
Quality time.
Yeah.
That's one of my love languages. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. When someone gives me their time, I value that very much.
You do. Yeah. That's true. You do. I love that. Okay. So here are a couple of the other, I was just writing down.
Okay.
Oh, here's one that my dad said. It's not about money, but it's gonna talk about money. That your mouth's writing checks that your butt can't cover.
I love that saying. I've never heard it before you.
My dad, I could do a book on Bobisms. By the way, just a little shout out to, so Bob went to dance class last night. This should probably be a TikTok, but what I'm supposed to talk about now. And he had a new girlfriend interested in him. Now, the hot tub lover is gone. So if you've been paying attention, you know that whole story. But this one kind of popped up out of nowhere. So we're a little bit nervous about it because here's the question. How do you alert a potential suitor for your father that he might not remember her when she calls back
Right.
and all the things. I mean, I know
and-
that he's got needs, but I just think those needs need to go unmet right now. But I mean, you know, what do you do on that deal? I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm sure we will get to deal with that.
Yes, I'm a little nervous about it. Okay, this was one of the sayings. I don't know if this is the right thing. These are now just sayings that traumatized me as a child. If you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about.
Oh, yeah, I heard that one.
You did?
Uh-huh.
What'd you do when you heard that? Did you stop crying?
Of course.
You did, me too.
Yeah. And then there was
just crying, you're crying.
Wait till your dad gets home.
The worst.
That was the worst. You had to wait all day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst. My dad came home at 7 a.m, so I didn't wait all day. I didn't sleep at You know, he went to bed at 10:30, and for some reason shenanigans would happen at 10:35. The minute he left, my mom would start with that, "You wait till he gets home," and I'd be laying in there like wide awake. The one that was a big one for me was "Don't wear out, you're welcome." Did you get that one?
No, I didn't have that one.
I would leave and I would go anywhere I would go. My mother would say, "Don't wear out, you're welcome. You need to come home soon." Now, in the rearview mirror, I think my mother never wanted me to leave the house. She wanted me to be there to wait on her hand and foot.
Oh, okay.
But I think the way it landed was that the Tracy show had a very short amount of charm to it. The rest of it was very irritating. I know some of you feel that way too, and thank you for letting me know. I appreciate the feedback. But you never worried about that when you left?
No. No.
Well, good for you. Okay. Did you have Be Seen and Not Heard?
You know, I didn't hear those words, but that was the message for sure.
How did you get that message?
Well, especially because we were girls and we were taught that we were to be submissive to, particularly the wife submits to the husband. I mean, that was ingrained in us because that is biblical. And so it, went on, in any time you were in the presence, particularly of an adult or someone in authority, you were to submit to them.
I see.
Which often meant to be quiet.
I see. Yeah, because you got in trouble for giggling in church and all the things.
All the time. And not smiling.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so for me, that Be Seen and Not Heard, in a lot of those sessions that I do with women in leadership, I think that's the thing that they're, trying to overcome.
Right.
I think that's one of the self-limiting beliefs. Mm-hmm. Okay, so again, just to connect back to what we're supposed to be talking about, and I don't know if we are or not, it's the things that we learned as kids that have kept us from having our competence or kept us from having a voice in different rooms. Here's a couple more. If you can't do it right, don't do it at all.
Oh yeah.
That's a yes? So did you just not do it, or did you become a perfectionist, or did you become well, fuck you, I'm not doing it?
A perfectionist.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What about you? Same?
Yeah, but if I don't think I can do it well, I won't do it. I'll just tap right on out.
Yeah.
If I don't think I'm going to win, I won't even play. Doesn't matter what it is.
Is absolutely.
If I'm betting you, I know for sure I'm going to win.
Right.
I don't make many bets. This biblical
there are times
money
that he's wrong, and she will do everything in her power
to make it right,
to switch things around, to finagle it to where there was at least part of it where she was correct.
I think that's probably true. I think that we might share that, but you don't have to own that. And that sounded defensive, so I'm just going to say thank you for the feedback.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I mean, this whole money is a root of all evil. It's killing me to not Google that right now, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
What will people think? That's one. That was not this. I'm sorry. You're the leader.
You can say. That was so submissive. I love that for you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what will people think? Why did you connect?
Oh, that was
all the things that are written down.
That's the umbrella of my upbringing.
Tell me more.
What will people think?
Okay. Yeah.
people need to think, that all is good, in who I am, in the family, in everything, that
Yeah.
nothing is wrong. And if something is wrong, you don't say a word about it. You tell no one.
Oh,
Mhm.
does that still happen for you now? Or do you like,
No. Fortunately, things, some things happened and that you could not keep it from becoming known.
wow, that was cryptic. Tell us
Well,
everything.
for example, one of my sisters was pregnant, became pregnant, and she wasn't married, and that obviously couldn't be kept a secret for very long. And she would not mind me telling
I was gonna
that.
say, does the family know this?
She doesn't mind.
Okay.
She ended up having a wonderful daughter that we
Yeah.
all love. I mean, it was a gift. And
And
then,
that's so common. Like, I think that's why
right,
for my mom too.
right. I got divorced at a young age, and which was forbidden, and that was, and I know it was an embarrassment
Mm.
for my parents, and I hate that for them. And then I did it again,
Why we're not getting married.
So, it was all about what do people think, and I mean that sounds harsh, but that's how I perceived it. That's how I perceived it.
Okay. Don't get too big for your britches. Did you ever hear that?
I did.
You did?
Mhm.
You're too big for your britches. How was that? Because I did Google like some of the sayings that we might have grown up with, and that was one of them.
Was that one that you heard?
Oh gosh,
I
yeah.
would think
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah. I was always being minimized, like because in the rear view. So you have to remember, mom doesn't graduate. Well, I mean, I don't know that she got out of 10th grade, and nobody went to college in my family and all that. And so I was actually the most well schooled, and I mean, I was smart. I'm not gonna be reductive.
You are
here.
smart.
Thank you. But I mean, like I knew more in most situations about things that were happening, and so that was really, I think, threatening for my parents. So
Sure.
yeah, so then I had no confidence because they would figure out how, you couldn't just Google it and prove that you were right. So
Right.
then I was like, am I right? I'm not sure I'm right. So now the adults are saying I'm not right, but it was weird.
Did you have an encyclopedia?
Had the white set of them. They were white. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Because there were everybody had brown ones, but we had ones that were white. And if I remember right, it had like a green label with a red stripe on it.
I bet you kept them in perfect alphabetical order.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
As I did the record albums.
Did they arrive? Were they sold by a door-to-door salesman or woman?
I think, is it Collier Books? Is
Probably.
it Britannica?
Britannica.
Yeah, that was, I think those were
Britannica
for the richer people. I think Collier's what was
We had the Colliers.
the rep that was in the trailer park. I don't think was Britannica,
Yeah.
but I don't, you did?
Oh,
Did you read them
yeah.
all?
I loved reading the encyclopedias.
That's,
I loved it.
yeah.
If I had an assignment at school, where we had to do
Yes.
research, I couldn't wait to read the encyclopedia.
Do you remember any of the papers that you did that it was usually about animals, wasn't it?
Or countries.
Countries, yes. Places
Yes.
or animals.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, did that spark your love of travel?
I don't remember that it did. That I wasn't sparked until later. I was very sparked. I was sparked by my grandparents' travels.
I see.
And the postcards I would receive.
Do you still have those postcards?
No, I'm so sad that I don't. I wish we had.
You don't think when your dad moves on that you're not going to find all those?
Oh, there's no telling what I'll find. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So another set of encyclopedias that we had were because my sister and I played piano, and I can remember this young guy coming to our house selling, and it was a music encyclopedia.
Okay.
So it was the same. It was all these volumes of hardbound books, and it also came with vinyl records that played so that you could read the music and you could also hear it on the record player. And I had a friend who also played the piano, and when she found out that we purchased that, she did not speak to me for a very long time because she was so envious that I had them. My parents could afford them and hers couldn't.
Oh, they were over there saying the rich people over there have all the records.
And I remember being ashamed that I had them.
Okay, so that's a message.
Yes. That's why I'm telling this story. I was embarrassed that she couldn't have them. And I wanted to loan them to her, but she wouldn't speak to me.
Mean girls.
Yeah.
Kids are so cruel. There wasn't anybody playing the piano at the trailer park. I'm just going to tell you. Okay, who do you think you are? Did you ever hear that? Who do you think you are?
Oh, of course.
I may have said that to you last week.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. That isn't true. Don't make them think that. People like us don't do that. What does that mean, you think? People like us?
Oh.
Like people like us don't travel like that, or I don't know. I don't know what that one is. I don't know. Why can't you be more like your sister? Did you ever hear that?
I did not hear it. It was maybe implied, but rarely. I don't think that occurred that much.
You don't.
What about you?
I bet I don't have any siblings. Well, we now know I did, but I didn't know it. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I
don't
think my parents were very good about not comparing us.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. That's why you all adore each other.
Probably.
I love how close that you.
We did not growing up though. We fought horribly. My sister Jill and I fought terribly.
You know why?
Why?
She's told me why.
What?
Because you were mean.
I was. It's true. I was mean. That is so true. And my mom would say, "Oh, you girls are going to grow up and be best friends." And I thought, there is no way.
I'm going to throat punch her. She'll be dead by now.
Yeah. And we are very close friends now. I adore her.
I know you do. And Wendy, I know. I love that you have that.
Yeah.
And I have always envied people that have siblings that they're close to. Yeah.
Very thankful for my sisters.
Okay. So second place is just first loser. Did you ever hear that?
No.
Yeah. It was win or nothing in my house. So I had all these softball trophies. And if it wasn't first place, I didn't keep it.
Really?
Mm-mm. Yeah, no. I mean, why? Why would you? Like either one or you didn't. But that wasn't before. We're old enough where that whole participation thing
did not exist.
No, you either one or you didn't.
Right.
What do you think is the message your kids got? Were they in us because they're 30-ish, and what was their message? Was it win or nothing, or what was it? Did they get participation?
I think they felt win or nothing.
Really?
I mean, my son was an athlete, and if he was a winner like you were, and if he didn't win, I mean, I still have all the trophies and the ribbons and everything that he got, but of course he values the first. Yeah.
So I think I've shown it to you. It's actually out in the garage now, and I've mentioned it.
I love it.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
Because I don't know what to do with it.
Explain what it is.
So my parents and a friend of mine, somebody I was seeing at the time, took all of my trophies out of the attic and took off all the nameplates or the plates that said what it was for, and then glued them on a piece of felt and put it in a giant.
It's very cool.
Yeah. But I mean, what do? Like you go, when I was in fourth grade, I was.
Yep. That's what you do.
I don't know what to do with it. So it's in the garage, but no. Okay. All right.
I mean, what's the difference between that and saving newspaper articles or magazine articles that were in? Do you save those?
I mean, some of them.
I do too.
You do?
I don't want to say a lot of them, but I mean, we both have quite a few.
Yeah. Yeah.
Save all that. I guess we don't put them on the wall though.
Well, they're framed somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Money doesn't grow on trees. Did we talk about that? Was the money thing?
Mm-hmm.
What's the origin of that? What do you think? Money doesn't grow.
Oh, there's a story behind it.
What is it?
I don't remember.
Okay. Let's see. Big boys, big girls don't cry.
No, I didn't hear that one.
I think boys heard that a lot.
I'm sure they did.
I think that would be a self-limiting belief for men. I think there's a lot. So many of you are married to men, obviously, And because everyone thinks, oh, it's just all women. Not true. I mean, I would say, I don't know what the percentage is, doesn't matter.
My son, who's 33, 6'4", tough athlete, softest heart ever. He is a crier.
Is he?
And I love it. He gets embarrassed when he's doing it, but I love that he is emotional and can't control that.
That is good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is. He's so, you can tell, very emotionally intelligent, I would say. Yeah, for sure.
You're too sensitive.
Yeah, so that was just getting, have you ever heard that?
Oh my goodness, so many times.
Really?
I've heard it from you even. I've been told a few times I'm too sensitive.
But I have to tell you, I will never say that again.
Right. You haven't. When I talked to you about it and told you that it really affects me, probably because of childhood, you have not said it since. So
but
thank you.
But I will tell you, thank you. Of course, I had never thought of it in the terms that you described it to me, and I thought, well, yeah, I'm saying that's a microaggression, or it's just being a jerk. So when you say that to somebody, but I was raised with that too. I was raised with "you're too nice." My mother would say, "Oh,
I never heard that."
I still hear that, but I'm gonna say this: you do not mistake nice for weak. Like,
right.
And that was my mother. She was like, "You're too nice." I was like, "Oh, but I mean, that doesn't mean I don't have a spine."
Right.
About it. Is that, yeah, that's true. You know, we've had that conversation.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. People will take advantage of you. Does that make you not trust people? Like my mother was so afraid of everybody and so mistrusting that it made me question everybody's motives.
Interesting.
I don't anymore, but she did, and I watched her, and I think she missed out on a lot of connections because of that.
Right.
Not in your family, none of that.
No.
That's not ladylike.
Oh, well, of course.
That's a microaggression.
Oh yeah. I mean, that there were many comments similar to that. I mean, about modesty, as I've talked about, was so important in our family. And
yeah,
we had to be ladylike.
My parents tried. I mean, I didn't even have a point of reference on that.
That's true.
I'm not sure what they're saying, but they seemed to feel strongly about it, but they were, perming my hair, and like, there was nothing you could do on the outside that was going to change how I felt. So curly hair and all the things, I still walked like I walk, and it is what it is. My mother would say, you should wear a little makeup. She would always wanted me to wear makeup. Now, she was a Mary Kay rep and decided she should wear all of it, and just in case somebody wanted to buy any of the things that Mary Kay sold. It was Merle Norman's. I'm lying. It was Merle Norman. And she'd go, Tracy, even an old barn needs a new coat of paint every now and then. I'm like, I'm 11. I'm 11 years old, and that's what she's leading with.
My grandmother would say, you need to put on some lipstick.
Oh my God, you say it to me all the time.
I know. And if I was on a desert island and was allowed one piece of makeup, it would be my lipstick. I'm obsessed with lipstick, and I know it goes back to when I was 11 years old, and my grandmother would say, you need to put on some lipstick.
We were at dinner with Kathy the other night, and my lips are always chapped, and because I'm not using my chapstick, because Shannon's like, oh, I like it when you have a little color on your lips. And so now I'm like using lipstick all the time because it doesn't give you, it's not soothing. It just dries you out.
It brightens your whole face.
And Kathy's like, why are you putting lipstick on all the time? I go, I don't know. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, the man should provide. That was one of the things that came up on Google. A man should provide. I still think a man should buy the dinners and open the doors. That just makes me old. Do you think that's true?
Oh, I love it when someone does it. I love it.
It doesn't have to be a man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love it when you open a door or anybody opens a door for me.
Did you have, I remember, and I'd still do it, that the man was supposed to walk by the street if you're on the sidewalk? What were some of those other things you do? I do that. I tried.
Yeah.
Like if we're walking at night, I'd try to get behind you because if somebody gets hit, I guess it's going to be me first. So I'm good with that.
But I would do that for you also. And I have.
Okay.
I've walked on the other side. I may not have walked behind you because I am always in front.
I was going to say, this is at some point in our walks, I always think, she'll figure it out.
I get in my zone.
She'll turn around.
I don't realize that I'm like a horse going to the barn.
Well, I'm a house of fire the first 2 miles.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, I mean, I think I'm going to kind of slow it down, but you just keep getting faster. So, okay. Last few, you'd be so pretty if you lost weight. We know you had that. Like,
yes,
if you haven't heard that whole traumatizing from that for you, but
if you would lose 5 pounds, it would look so much better on you. I heard that quite a few times.
Well, my mother, she just took speed. So she was thin. She was rail thin until she wasn't. At some point, that speed ran out, and it didn't go well for her for lots of reasons.
I think I may have told the story on another podcast when I walked into my great grandmother's house. I remember it so well. I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
Went into her house. There were a lot of relatives, and this is a tiny little house in Oklahoma City. And she said, "Well, Shannon, you sure have put on some weight."
Oh, gosh.
In front of everyone. And I was horrified.
Of course you were.
Absolutely. It was just horrified. But I came from a line of women who valued their appearance so much. And it was passed to me. And that's something, it's hard to undo that.
Do you think you passed it on to Meredith?
Probably.
You do.
I tried not to. I never talked about her weight ever. But there were times that I'm sure I did.
You parent as you were parented, right? Okay. Don't leave the house looking like that. I think you said that to me recently.
Well, we would have to, before church, basically go through inspection, not just church, anytime.
This is horrifying.
And, wear a pin between all the buttons so we didn't have gaposis, which is what my mom called it. We had to wear a slip under a dress or skirt, even if it had lining. Everything had to be below the knees. I know, and it was like an inspection before we could go out the door.
I mean, I just can picture your parents looking you over like, like inspecting a car.
Well, bathing suits too. We'll talk about that.
All right. Well, I mean, the rest of these are kind of, we've heard of these before. Don't rock the boat. Wonder what started that. I mean, don't rock the boat is don't take a risk, or I don't know.
I see don't rock the boat as don't make trouble.
Yeah, I could see that.
Keep it calm, and don't cause trouble.
This one I heard a lot. Be grateful for what you have. And that was always a veiled no. I wasn't going to get whatever I wanted.
Right.
You should be grateful for what you have. Did you when I remember hearing that would be in the toy store or something, like when I wanted, like something, or when we were buying the school supplies and I didn't get all of the Laddie pencils and the Big Chiefs that I wanted and all things. Okay. So, listen, I think that's about all, that was on there. Is there anything that you heard, and I didn't Google this, that you look back and you go, man, that served me well? It wasn't a self-limiting belief.
Well, a lot of those served me well because once I grew up, I got to rewrite, a lot of those stories that were written for me, as a kid.
But it took you a long time.
It took me a long time. And for some of those messages that were given to me, they were painful at the time, painful to think about sometimes, but I learned from them.
Yeah.
Whether I continued to, I don't know, I just made them a different message.
Yeah.
the appearance thing. I mean, it's important to me to have a good appearance as well as I can. And because that's how I was taught, and I still value that, or still think it's important.
But it can be limiting in that it's hard to be authentic sometimes when you think it's not good enough. And I think that's what we keep talking about this over and over. When you're 60, your give a shit's less. And so you're like, you know what? I'm going to wear my flannel shirt that I've had on all day today for this podcast.
Well, I told you this the other day. It wasn't until I was in my 30s that I let anyone see me without makeup. I remember the cosmetic counter at the mall. I would walk by and I'd see these young girls getting makeovers. And I thought, I would love for someone to do that for me. But that means I would have to sit in that chair without my makeup on for a certain period of time, while they're getting all their, because they got to clean your face.
Somebody would walk by.
And someone's going to walk by, or the person that's doing my makeup would see all my flaws. And in my 30s, I remember doing it for the first time at the mall. I was very nervous. And I kept waiting for the girl to say, oh, what's wrong? Or, oh, you have this. And she never did. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it's not as obvious.
Well, I've seen you without makeup, and there's nothing. I mean, I think you look the same. So I know you feel differently. I know when you have eye makeup on,
right.
Your skin's amazing, and all the things. I've done it maybe 3 times my whole life that I would sit down. And one of the first times I did it, the woman said, now we've got to figure out how to take the attention off of your nose. And so she put like a lot of
what a terrible thing to say.
A lot of eyeshadow on the outside of my eyes. And yeah, so.
Isn't it amazing how we can take comments that were made from a complete stranger and believe it as truth?
Right.
I mean, what an awful thing that we do.
I know, we do. So that's what we've got to take our power back and rewrite our stories and all the things. So that's what Trailer Park Pack's about. Go jump in the Facebook Trailer Park Pack and all the things. All right, so let's move on from that. We're going to go make something. There's a big bin. Are we going to make it tonight?
Yes.
So we're going to sync it up and do it at the same night we do the podcast?
You want me to tell you what I'm making?
I do.
Double chocolate cookies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They're super good. Yeah.
I even know what I'm going to make. I'm going to make a whiskey sour, I think. It's not really a whiskey sour because I don't want to do the egg. It's a version of it.
Okay.
So anyway.
Well, there are eggs in the cookies. I'm just warning you. When I brought those eggs over, I thought, how can I slip the eggs into the batter without her watching?
No. I'll eat any eggs I can't see.
Okay. Well, you're going to see them going in.
No, but I mean, if they're holding cookies and cakes together.
I can distract you and send you off for an errand.
It's all good. All right, here we go.
You're a big girl.
All right, here we go. Let's do it. So I know what you're making. You just told us 30 seconds ago.
Have I made these for you before?
No.
They're the big double chocolate cookies. They look like it's like a brownie in a cookie.
No. Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're so amazing.
I need to take some of these to the FedEx.
I already brought my oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. So you want to tell that story, how you bribed the FedEx guys to print your papers when they said they couldn't do it for 3 days and you got them to do it in 10 minutes?
Well,
by bribing them.
With your cookies.
With my cookies.
Well, I'm not ashamed of it at all. I mean, it was a good deal for both of us.
Well, so far it's only been a good deal for you because you haven't delivered the
I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that you had done them. But I was going to try to. So she does always have cookies in the freezer, which is really lovely.
Right. But these I made fresh.
I know. Well, you did.
Yes.
And these.
And now this is even fresher because I'm doing it right now. This is the double chocolate cookie. So I took bittersweet chocolate and butter and I melted it in the microwave. You have to be real careful when you melt chocolate in the microwave because it can easily burn. Once you burn chocolate, you got to throw it away.
Do you have a secret?
Yes, you do it in 30-second increments and then you stir until you think it's never going to melt and then suddenly it melts. So pull it out when there's still a little bit of chunks of chocolate and then stir it around until it completely melts. So that's already done. Butter and bittersweet chocolate. Now I'm going to add some sugar.
Did you say bittersweet?
That's bittersweet.
Okay.
Now I'm going to add I got the sugar. I'm going to use a mixer and I'm going to mix it real good until it's all incorporated.
I never knew if you were supposed to turn that on and stick it in, or keep it in and start it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I would think I always put it in and then start it.
That's definitely the right way, because because it's counterintuitive to me though.
Yeah, I never thought about it. Okay, I have 3 eggs that are already out of the shell. I didn't beat them up because I'm going to add one at a time. This is important. It's also important that these are at room temperature. I know you hate eggs that you can see. Okay, so I'm going to plop one in. If you put them all in at the same time, it can make it all, it's called breaking. It can separate the fat and it has a weird consistency. So Tracy's freaking out because she sees the eggs.
I can make eggs for you if you wanted me to. I just don't want to eat them like that.
Okay, so I'm just beating them in there until they're nice and incorporated, which they are. Now I'm going to add some vanilla. Now I'm going to tell you one of my secrets in baking. When you are reading a recipe for cookies, brownies, cakes, something like that, double the salt and double the vanilla. It's a game changer.
So you
particularly the salt. Yes, I think they can hear me. Okay, so that's all the mixing I'm going to do with this. I just needed to get that all together. All right, so now I want you, there's very little flour in here. This is only 1/3 cup of flour, some baking powder, and some salt. I have made these gluten-free many, many times. So instead of the flour, you would use that cup-to-cup gluten-free flour. And you can't even tell. They're
really?
Different. Yeah. So if you'll put that in and give it a stir.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that. Sorry. Whoops.
Why am I stirring? I'm the cleaner upper.
Because you need something to do.
Oh. I was going to clean it, and I didn't want to clean it because of the sack. So
this is another important thing. Once the flour goes in, you don't want to overmix it because then you'll have tough cookies. Tough cookie. So now, since it's a double chocolate cookie, here's the second part of the chocolate. These are semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Is that the same as the first ones?
No, those were bittersweet chocolate. These are semi-sweet.
I think you said, I'm not sure.
I said bittersweet.
Okay.
And I'm going to add pecans. I have made these without nuts many times, and they're amazing. If you don't like pecans, you could use walnuts. You could use half walnuts, half pecans.
Okay.
You could use almonds if you want, or pistachios. Okay, get that all stirred in there.
It's very thick. Should we put water in it?
Absolutely not. You don't want.
We should never put water in it. Okay. It's very thick.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Now I see why I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've been working out so hard. I've been really proud of you.
Thank you. I'm
Okay,
a worker outer.
So it's all mixed up.
Okay.
I'm going to come back over here.
You forgot the salt.
Now the salt was already in the flour.
Okay.
And with some baking powder.
Okay.
All right, you want to use a cookie scoop if you can. The reason you would use a cookie scoop is so that each one is the same size. That way,
does it need to be the same
well,
size?
if you have big ones and small ones, the small ones are going to cook faster and the big ones won't. So these are going to be itty bitty cookies, which is fine. You're going to get, this batch doesn't make a lot of cookies. So if you use the smaller scoop, you will have more cookies, obviously.
Okay.
And they're going to spread out, so you want to keep them about 2 inches apart or so. So I'm going to finish doing this.
Okay.
Once I'm finished, they're going to go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 12 minutes, and then they'll be perfect. So while I am finishing, do you want to make a cocktail?
I do.
The one you prepared for so long?
That feels passive aggressive. Well, I'm doing a whiskey sour, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, because I never do. I always tell you the truth. I did miss one of the ingredients because it said smoked simple syrup, and I could smoke it because, you know, but I'm not going to.
How would you do that?
Well, it said that if I wanted to smoke it, I could do it on the grill. I could do it with the smoker that Williams Sonoma sells.
The smoking gun?
Yes. Or it says, if you're a DIY sort of person, do it using a grill or smoker probably, or buy a bottle from some bespoke whatever. That's what it says. Okay. This is that Cocktails for the Apocalypse that our friends Mary, and I believe it is Brittany, but Courtney. Yeah, Courtney. Okay, gave us. So it's 2 ounces, I'm giving you the instructions. 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, a 1/2 ounce of smoked simple syrup, which we're just going to use regular simple syrup, and then a dash of bitters. So for my friends at Elevated Craft, send some love our way. Here's 2 ounces of bourbon. Would you get me the bitters, please? 2 ounces of... Now, I don't like whiskey sours typically because of the egg that most people would put in them. Not my thing, though. It's not my thing. And then this is 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And if just a reminder, Elevated Craft did it right. All of the measurements are inside of this. So I'm going to do 3/4 of an ounce there.
Which bitters do you want? These are orange, and I think this is Angostura.
I think those. The non-orange ones is what I would say.
Okay.
And then the 1/2 ounce. So that's probably 1/2 ounce. And then
that's not near. That
you
was
don't
a
think
half
it's
a splash.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll measure. Hold, please.
And what is?
There you go.
That's your syrup.
This is my smoked simple syrup.
Okay.
And then this is my dash of bitters.
Oh, that's a lot.
Listen, I don't tell you how to make your cookies. I mean, I do. Okay, hold please. All right, I forgot to get the glass. Will you get that out of the freezer over there, please? All right, so this is it's called a Wildfire Whiskey Sour. You think it's a wildfire because of the smokiness that I actually used?
I think so. The fire and the smoke makes sense.
You just want to...
Did you smoke one?
No, I made 2.
Oh. Well, it's pretty.
All right. Lay your lips on that. See what you think. That's your Betty Rebel laugh that you have.
Oh.
That's really good.
Would have been better smoked, but yeah.
Well,
no, that's really good.
It is really is
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. So there's the drink.
Okay. Cookies will be out in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So they came out of the oven. They're mostly cooled.
Okay.
And you get to try one.
Okay. Does it matter which one?
No.
Ooh, they're gooey. I love that. Okay.
They're still a little hot.
They're still very hot. You want one?
Yeah. Isn't it amazing?
Oh, really good. I made the wrong drink.
Why?
I don't
To
know.
go with this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the perfect drink with this is coffee.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Listen, we'll do it again soon. Love you, mean it. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Here for All of It. We love sharing a little bit of our day with you, and we appreciate you sharing yours with us.
Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Share this with a friend and join our community because we want you here for all of it too.
Thank you so much for being with us. Love you, mean it.